I would like to invite Dr. Lakshmi ma'am to introduce our third speaker, Dr. Likitha ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am. It's my immense pleasure to welcome Dr. Likitha ma'am, an accomplished lead programmer at GSK and post project lead. She has 6 years of experience in statistical programming in the pharmaceutical industry. Dr. Likitha holds her Doctor of Pharmacy degree from Ma'am's College of Pharmacy, Nasrapet. She is having extensive experience in statistical programming, real world evidence, and advanced data analytics. She is also actively engaged with POS leading and contributing to projects focused on data quality, reusability, and real world data analytics. She is emphasizing innovation and integrity in clinical research programming. Today, Dr. Likitha will guide us a topic called Statistical Programming in Pharma, a career compass for pharmaceutical students, offering valuable insight into how statistical programming shapes modern clinical research and its growing career opportunity. Now, I'm welcome Dr. Likitha ma'am to share your words. Thank you.
Thank you so much for such a great introduction of mine. I'll proceed ahead by sharing my screen. Can somebody confirm if you can see my screen?
Yes, ma'am. Please go ahead.
Thank you so much. Cool. So once again, a very good afternoon to one and all. So I'm here today to present on this title, Statistical Programming in Pharma, a career compass for pharmaceutical students. Since I have received a very good introduction of mine, I'll pass through this slide. Once again, I am Dr. Likitha. So I graduated in Pharm.D in the year 2019 from College of Pharmacy. Overall, I have 6+ years of experience in statistical programming field. Currently, I am working in GSK, a major pharmaceutical company. It's an MNC. So when I first received this invite from your college, that can you share insights on the journey I have gone through? Why did I choose this field? What are the opportunities one can look forward towards in statistical programming area? I thought, okay, let me share how I have developed from associate programmer role, like when I started my career, to wherever I am today, leading a study. So it's a scale of growth from junior to a leadership role. But rather, I thought for a beginner or for a student who is looking forward to see a career in pharmaceutical industry, especially in research and development area, I thought, okay, what I would like to share what I have done as a person or as an individual, as a student throughout my years of Pharm.D. So here I present my journey from the first year of Pharm.D to fifth year, because all the changes, all learning happened in these in these 5 years, and then further in sixth year I took the leap towards this career. So the first year, it's just like everybody. I was very naive. I was a fresher, new to this industry, new to this area of pharmacy. I was just trying to make certain adjustments to college, try to understand the curriculum, basically meet new people, meet lecturers, understand the college, how academics are run, because it was just a transition from plus two, right? At the end, it's all about having fun with pharmacy, because until then I was only told that medicine is the only option you have. You don't have anything else once you choose bio in plus two. But I did make this choice, and I really wanted to live through it and understand it as much as possible. So that's how my entire first year went. And then in second year, 14 to 15, I started to attend the conferences conducted by IPA, especially Indian Pharmaceutical Association. As you already know, it's very old. It's since independence, it is there in existence. So my college has always encouraged us a lot to attend the IPA events, especially our principal. So I wanted to learn, I wanted to see If I am sitting somewhere in corner of Andhra Pradesh, how are pharmaceutical students in other states or other other different regions of India are actually working? What is their enthusiasm? How energetic they are? What is their focus? I wanted to know. So I attended multiple events. At first, it started with all the towns across my college, so within Andhra Pradesh, and then it extended to Telangana. But later on in the same year, I even got to chance to attend NIMHANS in Bangalore. So that gave me an exposure almost to students of Tamil Nadu, Kerala and Karnataka a lot other than my region. And even I had opportunity to present my own papers. I wanted to see where do I stand, what is my level of competency in choosing the topics. So after that, in the year like third year, I got an exposure to international students. It was the very first time they conducted an IPSF event in India. Usually it happens every year in a different country throughout the globe. I was fortunate enough that during my college days, I got a chance to attend it. And then there I understood what actual standards a student possesses. Even before one person who is in second year, third year, you can think like what is industry is looking forward. First, I would say look forward to what your fellow students are thinking about. What is their mindset? What kind of research they are thinking of? So that's how it happened. And in the same third year, even my college started to encourage a lot of IPA events, just the way now you're having this beautiful seminar. So not just being part of it, I started to act as an organizing committee member within them, representing the students. And that gave me a greater opportunity, like how do you organize these events? How do you pick topics? How do you go deep into the recent trends of pharmaceutical industry? After this, in fourth year, I started to attend extensive hospital visits. I know that from second year you have hospital, but you focus a lot on your college academics. But in fourth year it has gone, it was like even more focus on the clinical cases that we choose, because we will be studying the therapeutics. Almost the third year of therapeutics, all the two parts would be completed. In the same year again, I got a chance to attend another event of the main big event of our pharmaceutical fraternity, the IPC. And that too, I got to attend the prestigious Andhra University in Vishakhapatnam. There, I got exposure to what professors are. I think that year, they almost 10,000 students have attended. These things have always gone parallel to my education. I have never left behind my subjects or my labs. They were always intact. But 5 to 10% of time, that time I used to focus on this. And this IPC exactly gave me the exposure I needed. So you know that there are too many options available outside. So what are the options? What exactly people or the leaders or a fresher belonging to a particular department are doing? That exposure you get through IPC. That's what I gained in my fourth year. But until then, it was all study. The moment you step into fifth year, you become very, you know, attentive, like what to do with my career, what are the opportunities of Pharm.D. They are very minimal. So how do I actually focus on what is the point of my study? But at that time, through the fraternity, I kind of bonded with over these 4 years many students across many states. I gathered lots of contacts, and they used it to share. There was something called Pharm.D forum. It's active on LinkedIn. They would share any event that is happening across India. And it's not like you have to attend everything, because your college is important and fifth year clerkship is important. There I got introduced to a very important workshop, especially application of pharmacokinetics. We all study BPK, but we don't know how to apply it in a real world scenario. So there I got a chance to attend that workshop. And in that year, that's the first time I heard about this entire department in R&D, that is the statistical programming field. I got introduced to like what skill set one should possess to enter this department, and I thought, okay, now I know I like pharmacology, I like kinetics, I like everything, I like research, I like epidemiology. So how do I combine all this knowledge and then enter into a particular field? That is statistical programming for me. There I got to introduce it to SAS, or all the programming languages, that the buzzwords you hear now. And I decided, like, yes, I'm gonna enter this field, and I want to learn SAS by the time I complete my 6th year. Now, what happened in 6th year is almost equal to what happened to me during all those 5th years as a combination, because there is a huge responsibility to complete our internship, the 12 months. But career that I chose, that I wanted to enter in, it doesn't allow me to just focus on hospital internship. I am supposed to focus a lot on what I'm supposed to do once I enter the industry. Hence, the choice I made was mornings, I'm gonna attend hospital internship no matter what. And a bit later from the afternoon, around 2 to 3 p.m., from then I will go and take training in SAS programming language as a beginner. Even for that learning, I didn't just approach any universe. Uh, can Okay, thank you. So, I have done this training not in just some simple training institute. I did my training in a company. It's called Citel. You can Google it. It's a multinational company. It's a CRO. So there I have done my in 3 months of training in SAS. After that, as you all already know, the industry always wants internship. As a beginner, you cannot straight away aim to enter into an MNC. Let's say, for as a matter of fact, even to a CRO or even a small startup company, you cannot be just going like that. You need to back yourself with an internship if you're aiming for industry, not a hospital again. So for my role, I am supposed to carry internship because there is too much competition. For one role, 10,000 freshers will be readily available to fight for, because it's not just Pharm.D. The folks who fight for these roles are also coming from bioinformatics who gather, and biotechnology who gather too much of wealth of information they have. So for that reason, again in Citel, I have continued to do my internship. Here, for the first time, I got exposure to end-to-end statistical programming. What exactly you do in it, I'll cover it in the upcoming slides. So along this time, as a habit of mine, or maybe as if this is, I learned that this is much needed, that if I got introduced to competitive students through IPA and IPC, I'm also supposed to get the knowledge of competitive freshers of my industry, or how seniors and global leaders will look like in statistical programming field. For that reason, within Citel, because it's a company in itself, I got introduced to IASCT. It's Indian Association of Statistics and Programming in Clinical Trials. So they conduct an yearly conference where purely industry experts will attend. Nobody will come. Purely belonging to statistical programming, and biostatisticians also attend. So I got a chance to present a poster as a intern, because I belong to Citel at the same time. And this internship is a partial internship, not like I'm doing full time, because I have my hospital as well. It's 3 hours in a day. Carrying that as a reason, and also being a final year student, they gave that opportunity to very limited students. I attended it, and there I saw a whole world of opportunities, like big shots, big companies, Pfizer, GSK, Novartis, you name, and you find it. So there, I was able to present my case study that I prepared in college, and that got a lot of recognition, and I secured a prize for that presentation. So my contact was registered by the managers of those respective organizations. And later on in the interviews phase, around March and April, I started to apply to a lot of companies. I did clear it in TCS and Cognizant, but I always wanted to, being a pharmaceutical person, I wanted to work in a pharmaceutical company. There, I waited for a good amount of time. Then I got a call back from Pfizer, who actually saw my presentation in that conference. And then they cleared my profile, but I had to undergo 3 rounds of interview. After the 3 rounds, I got a role and I joined in the month of June. I just completed my internship in the month of May and my presentation is also done. In the month of June, I had to immediately join in Pfizer as associate statistical programmer. It's equivalent to a junior programmer role. So, coming to the career options we have in this pharmaceutical industry, if you see, there are too many. We already got esteemed speakers today who explained about different roles in pharmaceutical industry. Where do I belong is research and development, as you can see it highlighted here. And again, in research and development, there are multiple roles, just the way Kaushalya has mentioned. She belongs to a different area of expertise, but it is part of research and development. In the same manner, I belong to a place called statistical analysis and reporting. This is a very key department. This name changes from company to company. Like my company, it is called biostatistics. The entire department is known by its development biostatistics. So other company might have global data management and statistics. They combine these two departments, but it doesn't matter. At the end, the skill set will come to statistical analysis and reporting. And this is where I have put my heart and soul over all these years since my final year of college. So, what exactly is statistical programming? Coming to the core topic, statistical programming in pharma refers to the application of programming languages. Can you please unmute yourself? Thank you. Yeah. And this involves application of any programming language and statistical techniques to process, analyze, and report data collected during clinical trials. So you see lots of clinical trial data. It can be lab data, it can be just patient basic information, or it can be something like adverse events or a serious adverse event. The medical history information. This information should be processed. Earlier, it was done in a paper, but it's now almost impossible. You can't do it manually. You have to apply lots of statistical models. For that reason, you have many programming languages available, SAS and R. So, trying to apply these techniques using these programming languages specifically to handle the clinical trial data is what this entire department is about. And in this department, the list 8 steps that I have listed here: protocol development, CRF is case report form generation, and then you need lots of raw data that will come from site, and then you develop something called statistical analysis plan. Like you want to do a chi-square test, or you want to do a simple counts and percentages. If you go back to your fourth year Pharm.D, you have a subject called biostatistics. Do read it. You will understand what a statistical analysis plan will look like, what it will have exactly. Hypothesis testing, it will be part of it. And then these 4 steps that are highlighted in blue are not directly done by a statistical programmer. They are done by clinicians, biostatisticians, and data management team. What we do is we review it and we try to understand whether is it useful for us or not. And then further, all the ones that are highlighted in red color below, they are purely supposed to be done by us, the statistical programmers. And it starts with CRF annotation, like all fields you have in a case report form, whether it has all the data, I mean, whether it is collecting all the data appropriately or not, are the fields enough or not. And then you convert that entire data into SDTM, and then SDTM is converted to ADAM, and finally you will develop a statistical report. Now, many of you might be confused. What are these terms? SDTM, what is ADAM, what is the statistical report? They are called CDISC standards. You will have data very raw. You cannot just give the data to FDA, it will straight away reject. Every company will have its own way of data collection, and you have to convert this data into one single standard and then give that converted data only to FDA. Only then they will accept. So this is one thing that a statistical programmer should learn ahead, both SDTM and Adam. Only then a regulatory body will accept your data, and then finally you will develop a report like, I have these many side effects, I have these many lab data, because of my drug this hemoglobin is dropping, or because of my drug the subject's weight has increased, or the BMIs of the chart. This kind of report will be generated at the end. So just like all the presentations we had before, what skill set is exactly required? Soft skills everybody should possess. It doesn't matter whether it is statistical programming field or something else, any other field, it's fine. You should have a storytelling, means you should be able to explain a very difficult algorithm in a very simple manner, like as if any person should be able to understand when you're trying to explain a concept. And then you should collaborate effectively with other team members. You should be able to make decisions in quite tough times. You should be able to code faster. You are not supposed to give an excuse that, oh, I belong to this field, I don't know how to code. Hardly it takes 1 to 2 months. You should just practice and then should be able to code. And you should be able to have this critical thinking knowledge, like if this situation is demanding me to make these steps, what am I supposed to do next? You will not be able to learn everything in college, but when you do internship you will learn it. So right now, you rather than these soft skills, you better focus on hard skills if you want to enter this field. Like you should understand what is data visualization, what is R, what is Python, what is machine learning. MATLAB and SQL are a bit of exception, except for the fact that you want to become a clinical data scientist. That is a different role. It a little bit deviated from statistical programming, but still it is like a next level role that one can aim to do, so which even I do now. I make use of SQL. But for a beginner like you, if you want to gain this skill set, you can focus on data visualization, R, Python and machine learning as a beginner. And out of all this, I can't do this much, but I want to focus on one strong skill set and enter an organization. Simple task. All multinational companies right now are looking for one skill from a student, that is R. If you know R, if you are good with R, that's it, you will enter a company. Nobody can stop you from getting a job. You should be an expert in R and you can start now learning it. And what else other skill sets are needed? So for, as I mentioned, entry level skill, you need either SAS or R. SAS is now a bit outdated. Industry doesn't want you to have SAS knowledge. It doesn't matter if you learn it also. You can just let it be. Focus more on R. And you should have your strong command on your pharmaceutical knowledge, your clinical trial knowledge. Focus on all the knowledge you gain throughout your college, all those subjects, the clinical research especially, that will help you get the job or clear interviews. Then you should have strong attitude that I will work on it no matter what. I am not going to give up. You should have that sense of responsibility, and you should be extremely proactive to understand what this industry is demanding from you. And you further on, at least if you are very serious about this industry, then I said, right, CDISC, SDTM and Adam, those together come under CDISC. And CDISC training is a bit costly. You have to look through the website of CDISC and you should be focusing on CDISC training. And after this certifications and training, you can focus more on domain knowledge. This domain knowledge of therapeutic areas, you will learn therapy a lot in second, third, and fourth years. But the kind of therapeutic knowledge you are supposed to gain is with respect to pharmaceutical company. For that, you should understand what are the latest drugs. How do you know what are the latest drugs approved? Go to FDA site, check what are all latest drugs approved, for which disease they are approved, and from there try to understand what the disease is, what is it demanding. This manner you will learn a lot about the domain knowledge. And finally, this is everywhere. even for a 50-year student who's doing project, they should have this time management skill or project management skills as efficiently. You should be ready, you should be able to handle and finish a project in time. You should adapt to any tough situations you see. Suddenly you want 135 patients in your hospital rounds, you got only 120. What do? You cannot simply change the sample size. You should calculate the power and then change the sample size and make it more efficient. So such kind of decisions and skills only come with efficient project management, that you can do lots of courses. They're available freely on all platforms. And why choose this career? So for me, I thought, I'm having a doctorate, I am into pharmaceutical industry, so I want to add more value to this job, whatever I am doing. Hence I chose tangible whether whether I'm having an impact on healthcare or not. My role definitely has a straight away impact on healthcare. If I don't do proper statistical analysis, it won't generate a proper report. FDA will never accept a new drug that is coming into the market. Hence, this is it. I know that I am showing a direct impact on this world or on the field of pharmacy altogether. But apart from showing impact, you want, like, yes, you want that growth in industry, you want to stand tall. For that, I saw what all roles I can further develop and grow. Somebody has asked in the previous presentation, how do I become a leader? Yes, this industry, I mean, this particular department will ensure you. And these are all the titles that you can obviously go ahead and apply if you have the skill set. Initially, even I became a senior statistical programmer 2 years back itself. So apart from this, if I have good statistical knowledge, I can try for a biostatistician role. If I get more knowledge in machine learning, then I can go for a clinical data scientist role. If I know all the regulatory guidelines that are present, especially in our college, we do study about regulatory affairs and the departments, right? If you know about FDA, if you know about EMEA, if you know about PMDA, that is from Japan, if you know about Indian regulatory authorities like Statistical, you can go ahead for regulatory affairs specialist. If not, if you aim to be leading the study someday in the position that I stand today, you can even aim for that as well. Lead study. In future, you can even lead an entire therapeutic area department. Today, my study is in HIV. Tomorrow, I might even lead an entire department of HIV. Down the line, after 2 to 3 years, it is extremely possible. You should just keep working towards it. And then many people asked, do I get the job security? Do I get that good salary? Yes, this department ensures it. You have to struggle in the initial phase as a fresher. Once you get into that role, you will have extreme high demand. You will have a good job stability. No AI is going to come and pick away a statistical programmer job. It's not possible, because AI can definitely write your code, but it cannot come and implement that code into your domain specific area. Drugs keep changing, drugs keep evolving, which means analysis also will keep evolving. Different data will come into picture. So what is the point of having a AI generated code which itself is coming from some other previous study? So new drugs means new code. New code means you have to use your brain and do it. So AI cannot replace you. And the more strong domain knowledge you get from college, the more strong you will grow ahead in this industry. And finally, job search, it's the same. You should have strong skills, and then you should be very ready with your resume. Don't keep it simple. Highlight your skills, highlight all the research you have done till date, all your papers, all your case studies. Even a simple case study you present in your college, you please list it down in resume. If you are a fresher, you are supposed to do it. If needed, please do reach out to me later. I will send a sample resume that I have prepared as a fresher, that you can definitely refer to. But that is still 6 year old. There you can see only the list of posters and papers I presented. Now there are too many good designs, but design doesn't matter. The content you put in it matters. That content should exactly reflect what skills you have. And after that, you have to keep searching job openings. There is no shortcut to this. Even if it's about, it takes 1 year. Do take it. Spend your entire 6th year on it, and be active extremely on LinkedIn, Indeed, and Glassdoor. All these three, not just these three. Maybe today even more job portals are up. You will have lots of agencies who will support. I will also show you one agency today, as part after this presentation. So go through these details. These agencies will help you stand strong, like get more insights what this industry wants. So keep in touch with them, and then be active on LinkedIn. Sure, short, very straight approach you can have. Then you are supposed to network a lot, attend more webinars like this, but rather than this, try to attend in-person conferences where meet and talk to all doctors, meaning all professors you see, all industry folks. Talk to them a lot. Try to learn from them what hardships they have seen, what challenges they have seen, so that you can keep yourself prepared. Challenge is inevitable, but you can learn a lot from them. And then be very well prepared for the interview. Have the attitude that you will take responsibility when you get that role. You will not at all back off when you get that responsibility, and you should have updated knowledge. No, you know that there are 4 phases of clinical trial. You should not just vaguely tell phase 1, phase 2, phase 3, phase 4. There are sub branches in phase 2, sub branches in phase 1, 1A, 1B, 2A, 2B. Some people conduct 1B and 2A together. What are they? This kind of information should be with you. You can't go like basic phases. Such kind of updated knowledge is required. That's how you prepare strong for the interview. Finally, don't get discouraged. For me also, it took a very lot of time. I think the previous presenters also, they took lots of time. It is inevitable, but keep putting that effort and have the skill set. Definitely you will be here one day. And these are all the references that I would request everyone to go through. Once this presentation is shared with you all, they will have all the basic information that a beginner can have if they are intending to join this statistical programming field as a whole. Um, Otherwise, I am at the end of my presentation. I sincerely thank the entire staff and management of Vasantidevi Patil Institute of Pharmacy. Especially, I have my own guru, my professor in your college, Dr. Lakshman. He taught me pharmaceutical formulations. Thank you so much, sir, for giving me this opportunity. Questions, please.
Thank you so much, ma'am. So we would like to open the session for Q&A. So if you have any questions, please post them in the chat box or raise your hand. So ma'am, we have one query. Is Python still relevant now?
It is very much relevant. It is active. So you Python is very good in reading the text and data modification a lot. So yes, it is very much relevant, and it is open source. See, why industry, you have to ask this question, why are we moving away from SAS and going to R and Python? The reason is it is open. Industry need not put lots of billions of dollars into SAS any long. R is very good. FDA is accepting R and FDA is accepting Python. So be ready with it.
Thank you, ma'am.
Yeah.
Participants, any other queries? I think, ma'am, this is someone you already know, Dr. Chandana Manepalli. Hi, Likitha. Very happy and proud to see you in this position.
Thank you so much, ma'am. She taught me in college.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
One more query from a student. Which year of Pharm.D is good to develop other skills, and how can we manage it with our academics?
Which year? I cannot exactly tell which year. See, soft skills are something you can keep developing over all the years, but relax in first year, don't focus much. From second year, you can start developing them. And then if it's about profession, you will be able to make a choice when you come to 4th to 5th years. There you can start focusing on something like whether programming languages, or you want to go for data management or pharmacovigilance. Such kind of decisions can be made in that year.
Yeah, thank you. Any other queries? Yeah, this is from Sheikh Sumer. So he's a first year student, ma'am. So his question is, with the rapid growth of technology in healthcare, like artificial intelligence, telepharmacy, digital health records, data science, how can Pharm.D graduates adapt to these changes? Because all we are purely based on medical background, and does this mean our traditional roles in pharmacy will reduce in future?
Nothing like that. Even statistical programming is a traditional role only. Without the knowledge of pharmaceutical base or the medical background which you're saying, you don't understand the data. Let's say you get an IT person, they won't know what this data is. They can only straight away write a code. They won't make any sense. So for them, it's just control copy paste or write a code. That's it. So for you, I understand that adapting to data science is quite a bit of a challenge for us, because we are not trained in computer programming and all. um, Focus some 10 to 20% time of programming, trust me, because with the resources that are available right now, especially the Gen AI, chat GPT and all, you can learn it. You can pick bits and pieces of code, but you cannot explain a domain like every other. So 80% is still your domain, your pharmaceutical knowledge, your therapeutic area knowledge will only help you. And to cope up with this too many changes that are happening in industry, just try to spend that extra time of 10 to 20% on data science, so you won't have that fear, or you won't feel like I don't know this topic. You will keep updating yourself in it.
Thank you, ma'am. Participants, if you have any other queries, so please ask them in the chat box. Yeah, we have one query. So as a Pharm.D, pivoting into data analytics, how can I best position myself in a field dominated by computer science, statistics, and data science professionals so that my clinical expertise is seen as a differentiator rather than overshadowed?
Okay, this is a very good question. So I can rather cite an example for this. In my very first interviews, they asked me, what do you know about PK? So tell me, somebody from computer science or statistics or data science, will they ever know what is a pharmacokinetics? They will never know. Only you know. So always keep repeating that. If you go to something like CDISC standards, I will definitely send a link right now. So in CDISC standards, you have something called lots of domains. So in SDTM domains or in ADAM domains, you will see demographics is a domain, PK is a domain, disposition data, vital signs. You know the meaning of vital signs. How would they know? So say that I am strong in my domain. I know what that domain is. I have this domination over others in the industry. That's how you take a strong stance point.
Yeah, thank you, ma'am. I think this is Lakshman, sir.
Okay.
Congratulations, Likitha, on your insightful guest lecture. Your preparation and clarity were commendable.
Thank you, sir.
So we have one query from student, ma'am. Good afternoon, ma'am. Statistical programming is often seen as technical. How can Pharm.D graduates with their clinical background add unique value in this field?
It is seen as technical, and I agree that it is. And how, if again, you should sit back and think, what is the curriculum of Pharm.D? It's not just therapeutics, right? That's the limited knowledge we have. So you are supposed to look at your 4th year and 5th year subjects. 4th year has biostatistics, 5th year has clinical research, 5th year has pharmacoeconomics, pharmacoepidemiology. So statistical programming might look technical because it has too much tech, but the majority of people, including my own managers right now, is an M-Pharm. So slowly now Pharm.D are taking that place, and 80% of my team come from pharmaceutical background because all those seniors, back then there was no Pharm.D, and every M-Pharm person I see now is in my team. And it's you have to, stick to those subjects which will help you shine in this department. Just look back at your curriculum. That will automatically give you the confidence.
Yeah, ma'am. Thank you so much. So I think if this is the end of the queries, so I would like to end this session. So thank you so much, ma'am, for accepting our invitation and sharing your expertise and knowledge. Because SAS, as so many asked, they have this fear that SAS is a technical aspect. We cannot fit into SAS field. But your journey and your experience will be a best example for the participants. So we do fit in statistical field and we can enter it. Thank you so much, ma'am.
Thank you so much.
Uh, the, excuse me, ma'am. Our principal sir would like to share his insights.
Okay.
Sir, please go ahead. Uh,
Sir, you are audible. Yes, sir.
just 1 minute. We'll have a technical issue. Uh, so sorry, our principal sir has some technical issues. So one more query from a student, ma'am. So, ma'am, as you said, today tech-driven world where healthcare is moving towards artificial intelligence, machine learning, big data, digital therapeutics, how can family students position themselves to not only survive but lead in this transformation? And what unique value can we bring that technology alone cannot contribute?
See, when you're transitioning into leadership roles, it will no longer stick to Pharm.D. That is the reality. It doesn't matter whether you have an MBA or not, or whether Pharm.D is enough to it. That is something you have to develop by yourself. And as I mentioned earlier, leadership is about being responsible and accountable to that particular role, and you should be open to take up those challenges. But again, since you're asking it specific to Pharm.D, I would say your advantages, you have so much of clinical domain expertise and you are very well prepared with that knowledge. So always carry that forward. Never forget that route when you're going ahead to leadership positions. And then further, I would add this as a point still, which I am yet to do. It is if you do a PhD, which is very much oriented to application, picking up your favorite topic of interest from Pharm.D and extend it, you will definitely escalate to greater leadership positions. That is for sure. I hope I answered it.